Hey guys, it's Jim here, and welcome back to War Thunder. And today we are checking out a tank destroyer that not a lot of people actually play that often. This is the SU-85M. And after a while of taking it out, I can actually see why nobody plays this thing as much as they would. Now let me break it down to you and you'll see why. Now first things first, armor. You are actually bringing a lot thicker armor as SU-85M mentions. 75mm of armor sloped at 52 degrees. And this is significantly thicker than the original SU-85, as you can see, 45mm versus 75. So this is significantly thicker, and I can tell you many players don't really expect this to happen. But the other unfortunate thing is, well, is this really necessary? The thing is no. Because at close range, American 76, 17 pounder, German 88, German 75, long 75. From the Panther, they can actually punch through this no problem at close range. So in other words, you kinda have to keep your distance from everybody when you're playing this thing. But unfortunately, the other aspect of this vehicle is the reason why it's kind of a no, not a good way, which I'll explain in a sec. Now the other parts of the armor surrounding the gun barrel is a very thick 75mm, underneath another 75mm plate. Yeah, nothing is getting through this anytime soon. Just one thing to be careful of though, when you're pointing this thing at the enemy, be very careful of this thing. As you can see, there's 0 degrees right here, 75mm, so that means there's no effective thickness, no angles to worry about. So yeah, you're gonna get through this very easily. Especially since, you need to point the barrel at the enemy. You have no idea how many times I've taken out an SU-85 just by shooting this. Another thing to note is that the driver hatch is thinner than the whole armor. Yeah, surprise surprise, I know a lot of people is like, oh, it's a T-34, don't shoot the driver hatch. Well, not for this thing. And the most important part is to worry about is your lower glazes. As you can see, it's only 45mm, so that's 60 degrees. Now I get it, 60 degrees seems like a lot, but believe me, if you're facing up T-34s at this point, the real question is, what else is new? And now, moving on to the sights, we have only 45mm right here, and 45mm right here. It's actually pretty thin, but let's be honest, the minute an enemy tank gets onto your side, you're basically screwed. And people who played the Tigers would know that. Not to mention, this is not an easy thing to miss. Then rear armor is only 45mm, but what else is new? And your top face armor is only 20mm. But the thing is, Gaijin, for some reason, saw fit to model every nook and cranny there is on the top face armor. So I'm not too worried about 50 cals anytime soon. But do be careful of American 20mm, those can really pen you. So you might be wondering, thicker armor, so what, it's still a T-34, right? Well, here's the thing though. This vehicle is actually very, very, very immobile. Yeah, lacking mobility. And why? I'm not exactly sure how did it happen, but why does it have weaker horsepower than its predecessor is beyond me. 500 versus 456. Yeah, not exactly sure what happened there. And I get it. It still says 55 kilometers an hour. But here's the thing though. Not only are you a heavier vehicle because you're bringing extra armor to the front. Top it off, you also have a weaker horsepower. So yeah, you are actually pretty slow in this thing, and turning is a bitch in this thing, as you will see in this video. So yeah, not the most boomer thing, and yeah, people will really prefer to play the SU-85 at 4.3 because at least you can actually get to places. And not to mention, now that it's at 5.0, there is this thing called the T-34-85 D5T, which has a better mobility and the fact that it has a turret as well. Now the other aspect of this vehicle is this 85mm D5S cannon, and in comparison, this is basically the T-34-85 cannon on a SU chassis. And as 85mm goes, this is what we'll be firing. Armor piercing high explosive ballistic cap shell, with that ridiculous angle of penetration. Oh my goodness. Seriously, what's with Soviet APHEBC, man? 135 millimeters of penetration at point blank, and 164 grams of explosive mass. So this is actually a pretty strong one-shot round. Just be careful about the other thing though, is the fact that comparing this with like Sherman 76, 17 pounders, German Tiger 88s, you don't really have the penetration, I might have to say. Which is pretty much the reason why I say that this gun is better used at short range. And the other aspects of the gun, 60 ammunition, bring as many as you want or bring as few as you want, it's not really an issue. Just be careful about the fact that however little ammo you'll be carrying, they will be here. And let me remind you again, you only have 45mm here. Just a small word of advice though, given the fact that you don't have a machine gun, you might want to bring at least 5 high explosive, just in case you come across an open top vehicle that your APHEBC would not like to explode on. Reloading rate 8.1 seconds. It's not too bad for an 85 Soviet vehicle. I mean, like the T-34-85 has like 10 seconds and base, if I remember correctly. Anyway, I'm not exactly sure what happened, but gun depression is -3 degrees when its predecessor is at -5. So yeah, you can probably see why nobody really plays this thing as much as they would. And most they just take this thing up as a backup 85mm. Yeah, I mean, I get it, thicker armor, but what's good with the thicker armor when you're gonna be fighting them at short range anyway? And not to mention the other thing is that, as I mentioned earlier on, T-34-85 at 5.0, not only are you firing the same gun and the same APHEBC, you also have a working turret. As well as, if you don't really want too high of a battle rating, there's always the KV-85 with, you know, almost as thick armor at 4.7, the same gun as well as you can see the battle rating difference, SU-85 predecessor. I get it, you know, 45mm only, but you're bringing the same gun, and so yeah, all in all, not really worth using, but I'll just make a video about it anyway, just talking about it. So that's all I gotta say about this thing, and you can probably see why nobody plays this thing as much as they would. Now let's take this thing out and do SU-85 things. This is why the APHEBC is just disgusting. Not an open top. I wish I was joking when I said that the APHEBC is a very ridiculous amount of penetration. What if only one day? Pay attention, buddy. Damn it. Someone get that for me, please? Do watch. Swear to God, if I die because of that. Okay. What the hell was that lag? You effed up, homie. Okay, game. Go shell. Can this tree go away, please? There will be nothing but a thorn in my side. Buddy, I'm trying. I don't know why this thing doesn't want to turn. Yeah, not happening, buddy. I was thinking the guy's dead, but I guess he is now.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
Of all places you could push that way. I'm not even gonna feel sorry about that, man. Good job, P8. How did I even do that? I am so sorry, dude. Yeah. 17 kills on our side, man. I feel so sorry, man. Buddy, I can't help you. I can't help you if you do that. There's one roadblock.
Victory is near.
Good try, buddy. Like, really, good try.
Another zone captured.
Damn it!
Have the advantage.
Nope, he doesn't know where to go.
Attention to the designated grid square. Attention to the designated grid square.
Thanks, well, let's bring a machine gun, I guess. been here for.
Attention to the map!
Oh dear. I might die here. I'm not good at this range.